$82,000. My Fortnite map's at $82,000 last month. And before you think that one map blew up, it didn't. That came from around 10 different maps all combined together from multiple different accounts. Okay? So maybe that's one account. For example, this was one account, this was another account, and then this was one more account. So all stacking together combined, 10 different maps, around 10 different maps on different accounts, made me $82,000 last month. And here's the honest part. This month especially, a big chunk of that came from promotion. I pushed like extremely hard to get players in, but promotion's actually the last thing that I'm going to teach you, not the first, because if you do it in the wrong order, it literally does nothing for you. So by the end of this, you'll understand exactly what I mean and the 3 things that actually make a month like this. So let's go. So first thing, everyone always thinks that the answer is promotion. You know, here's a beautiful bucket, okay, with water going into it. So get more players in, you know, run promotions, TikTok, pay YouTubers, and yeah, like promotion brings players in, obviously. But here's what no one tells you, okay? Promotion without retention is pouring water into a bucket full of holes. So you dump all these players in at the top, your map leaks them right back out, and you're left with nothing. So you pay to fill that bucket, right? But it can't hold water. And think about how expensive that is, guys. Like, let's say you spend, you know, all this money, $2,000 for example, and you bring, you know, 1,000 kids into your bucket, into your map. If they all leave in a minute, you didn't buy 1,000 players. You literally bought nothing. It's gone, and your money's gone too. So promotion doesn't make a bad map good. It just makes a bad map fail faster. And it costs you more to watch it happen, right? It's called the water coming out of your bucket. So here's the order that actually works, right? Because we're going to patch these holes up. And it's the opposite of like what everyone does. So first you patch the holes, right? Sounds pretty easy to do. But before you spend another dollar on promotion, you test your map with a small batch of players. So before you release your map, you release your bucket, you want to get a bunch of players in there. And you want to watch 2 numbers, right? You want to watch, do they stay and do they come back? Now, mainly, do they come back? Because we talked about this previously, where playtime doesn't really matter. Do they come back is the most important part, right? Obviously, the playtime's nice, because if your playtime's higher, then your retention can be lower and it will still be pretty good. Once your playtime is pretty low, then your retention has to be higher. So there's like a balance towards it. But that's your retention and your playtime. If those are low, then you have holes. So you need to fix the map until those numbers go up, right? If they don't go up, before you release it, you get kids in there, you make changes. If those numbers don't go up, it's not good enough. Only once the bucket can actually hold water, so it has high playtime, has high retention, do you pour more players in. Because now every kid you actually bring into the map, they actually stick, and the money stacks instead of leaking. So promotion is the reward for a good map, not the fix for a bad one. So if you want me to look at your map completely for free, then join the Discord and literally just DM me your map code. You can DM me on Twitter or Discord. Send me your map code. I'll look at it for free. I'll tell you exactly what I would fix to make more money on your map. Here's the Discord. Join now. And the second thing, that $82,000, you know, it came from around 10 maps, right? And that was on purpose. And here's the real reason. Because no one can 100% predict which map will hit. Not even me, right? Not you, not me, no one. 100% of the time. Like, I've had maps where I was 100% sure we're going to do good, and they completely flop. And the other way around as well, right? I've had maps I almost didn't publish, and they went crazy. So if you pour 3 months or, you know, 1 month or many weeks into one map and bet everything on it, you're gambling with your whole life. Like, this is obviously, this is a business. You're trying to make money, right? So you are gambling your life, you're gambling your future and everything you want to achieve because you want to be successful, right? So you flip it. Instead of one huge bet, which I used to do, which was a very big mistake, you make a bunch of small ones. And here's the idea that most people miss, right? When a map is small and simple to make, it becomes cheap to test. And when it's cheap to test, it doesn't matter if it fails because you barely risked anything at all. So you just move on to the next one. Like failure really stops being scary the second each try is small, which is very good. And here's what happens with these 10 maps. Because most of them are not winners at all. They suck, right? And some of them are okay. They're steady. They quietly make, some money every single month. But okay maps, they stack. Like, look at it this way. If you have all these different maps and you kind of stack them on top of each other, like this, let's say you've got multiple okay maps making, a bunch of small income just like this, and you kind of stack them on top of each other like a pillar. Like that adds up to a real number. And every now and then, one turns into a monster. So this one, for example, this one might, do pretty crazy. And that carries the whole pile. So here's your monster at the bottom, which is now, if you do this in like a circular graph, then these might be like this, but then you've got your monster in there as well, right? And you didn't need to guess which one. You gave yourself 10 chances instead of one. So more tries, smaller risk each try, and the winners basically find you. And the last thing, and this is where, the money actually is, it's not getting the player, it's getting him to come back, right? Which we talked about. Because if a kid plays, here he joins, for example, and if he plays once, which I see happen a lot, like usually in the algorithm, people get tabs, and it kind of looks like this. Right? You get your 400 player spike here, you get your 700 player spike here, and then the map is dead. Do you recognize that? And they leave forever. You're on a treadmill. You find a brand new kid to replace the one that left every single time, just to stay in the same spot forever. And that never ends, and it's gonna burn you out, which is why a lot of people quit as well. But if a kid comes back because of high retention, everything changes because your old players come back tomorrow and new players come in on top as well. So your numbers don't just reset to zero, they slowly stack up, right? Yesterday plus today plus tomorrow. Like that's compounding. So it grows on itself. And that's the difference between a map that, spikes and dies, like we see happen every single day in the algorithm, and the one that climbs for months. Even if it stops climbing, what you'll see a lot of time happen with high retention maps, it's literally for like months or years. They got that initial player base come in, right? It looks something like this, and then it just looks like this forever, right? For months, for years, and that's where the real income. So how do we actually make a kid come back? Because that's the part that no one understands, and it's not logic, it's emotion, and specifically it's an open loop. So your brain hates unfinished loops. That's really annoying, right? I know you want me to close that circle, but I'm not going to close it. If you're at 99% done with something, okay? Like think about it this way. Who in their right mind quits when they're 99% done? You'd be stupid to quit. Really stupid. It itches at you. It makes you go crazy. You have to go finish it. So the maps that print money leave a loop open in the back of their head, especially when he logs off. And we see this with offline earnings, for example, but that doesn't work anymore because it's overused. Everyone does that now. So the kid doesn't even register it anymore. So usually it's something he owns and he wants to protect. Progress bar, he knows he's about to finish, like the keyboard game in Roblox that popped off. A building he's halfway done with. Something he'll lose or miss out on if he's not there. So it's something he, left behind, which we see happen in most brainweb maps. And also, obviously, he might miss out. So he's not coming back because your map is fun. That's never the case. He already knows it's fun. He's coming back because he left something unfinished. And that's what this is. That's the pool. And that pool is what brings him back to finish this and close this. That feels good, right? Now that's closed. So that's the actual engine under a big month. And here's the thing that ties all together and it's going to change how you see the whole game. Everyone's obsessed with beating the algorithm. I want you to stop because there's no magic algorithm trick. It's just your audience. If your audience likes your map, stays in it, and comes back, it gets shown to more people. If they don't like it, It doesn't. It's not a machine you outsmart, guys. They're real people. It's literally a room full of kids basically voting with their time on different maps. So watch how this connects, because once your map is good and kids actually stay and come back, your audience pushes it out for you for free. Which means if your retention is high enough, you barely even need promotion, because you're already getting handed free players from Fortnite because your retention's high, right? Just for being good. So that's why promotion is only ever the extra, the boost, right? It's never a way to revive a map. It just doesn't work like that. All right, it's literally a boost. So if this is a fire, for example, right? Little campfire, beautiful, right? Promotion is literally just, the fuel that you pour on top of your map. You can literally only pour it on top of a fire that's already lit. It can't start the fire. That's impossible. So the whole thing is simple when you zoom out. There's no shortcut around making a good map. Promotion doesn't fix it. Tricks don't fix it. The map has to be good. Hold kids, pull them back, do that, and then even your own audience rewards you, right? So promotion literally just multiplies what's already working. So let's bring it all home together, right? That $82,000, it wasn't a viral miracle. It was 4 things stacked together, right? So 1, I fixed the leaks before spending a single cent on promotion. 2, I ran a bunch of small cheap maps instead of putting it all on one, right? So there's all the different maps I made, so that the winners would basically find me, right? Instead of me trying to gamble, trying to guess what's going to work, because no one can do that. 3, I left an open loop in every kid's head, so they came back on their own and the numbers compounded, right? And 4, once the maps were good, my audience pushed them out for free, which is the algorithm, right? And with promotion, we basically just poured gasoline all over the fire. That's it. So no magic, it's just a good map where you hold players, they return, and that's the whole thing. Promotion will skyrocket your map if it's already good. So if you want me to look at your map completely for free, then join the Discord and literally just DM me your map code. You can DM me on Twitter or Discord. Send me your map code. I'll look at it for free. I'll tell you exactly what I would fix to make more money on your map. Here's the Discord. Join now. Peace out.